Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Layla and we are back at the Beltline here in Atlanta, where I will be interviewing strangers and asking personal finance questions. It is quite a windy day, so hopefully all is good with the mic. Sun is right in my face, but as the sun sets, we should be good. And real quick, I want to say that before you think of leaving a rude comment, please reconsider, because personal finance is personal. I'm very grateful for everybody in this video who is willing to talk about their finances, and just remember that everybody has a different journey. So please be kind and enjoy. All right, we are here with Kyle. May I ask how old you are?
I'm 39.
And do you have any debt?
Yes, I do.
What type of debt do you have?
My home.
Okay.
I got my debt with my home and my car. That's it.
How much is your monthly car payment?
$425.
Wow. How much longer do you have to pay that down?
Well, I just got it. It's a brand new 2025
Okay.
car.
Okay. Are you going to try to pay it off faster, or what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, for sure. I took a very low monthly payment because I know I wanted to put the remaining payment that I'm going to put towards the principal loan and not just let it go towards the interest. So I'm going to pay it down much faster.
When did you buy your house? During what year?
I bought my house last year, July.
Okay.
Yes.
What's your interest rate on your mortgage?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I think it's 5.29 or 7.9.
Okay,
Yeah.
not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah.
How much do you have in savings?
In my saving right now, one of them 103,000, and then one of them 457.
Love it. So is that
400,000,
investments and savings, or
No, just savings alone, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you said 457?
Yeah, I think it's
As in 457,000?
457.
Wow. Wow. Is it a high yield savings account?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
it is.
Are you worried at all about it not being insured, or is that insured up to the 250K, or do you know about that?
That's a very good question, because I don't even know if it's insured or not.
May I ask why you have so much in savings, in cash savings?
You know, I'm from the Caribbean, and it's 441. Sorry,
Wow,
I took some money out a couple
for
days
you.
ago.
I love
Yeah.
it.
So the good old Caribbean families, they always tell you to save your money in a bank account. I just started getting into kind of investing into like homes. I just bought a home. I'm looking at buying more property, land, and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's amazing. And how much do you have invested?
Invested? I don't have access to my investment portfolio right now.
Okay.
I don't.
Do you have a ballpark number by chance?
It's probably around 80 something.
Okay. No, that's great. That's great. That's okay. What do you do for work?
I work with in the aviation industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Training, safety, and compliance.
Do you like what you do for a living?
I do. I love it. It's a little bit challenging sometimes, but I really, really love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel about the economy right now? Like inflation, money in general. How do you feel?
Honestly, I'm just in limbo with everyone else. I think for me, I'm just looking to scale back on a lot of the things that I used to do, and try to make more better investment choices in terms of my spending habits as well. Sometimes I used to, as I used to call it, crash out and go to the mall and David Yurman's and all of this stuff. But I'm trying to scale back now just to make sure I'm making better financial choices for not today only, but for tomorrow and the future.
Love that. And if you have a financial goal for this year, what would you say that is, your biggest financial goal?
I don't really think I have a financial goal. I would say I have a goal of just stepping out and just living opposed to just existing. And that means traveling a little bit more, not traveling for the extravagantness of it, but traveling for the experience of traveling. And financially, I don't really have a financial goal. I would love to acquire another property somewhere, maybe out the country for an investment purposes. But other than that, I don't really have a financial set goal.
Got it.
Sorry.
No worries. That's okay. And one more question. Where did you learn about finances since you came from out of the country? I
was just having this conversation with my friend in the car. I think growing up, I saw my mom struggling to get by and do everything on her own.
Yeah.
And I sort of basically said to myself at a very early age, I don't ever want to see myself struggling and thinking that that's the life that, it's that's all there is. So So growing up earlier, I sort of said to myself, I need to start doing better for myself, for my future. So I started saving very early. We have this saying in the Caribbean, save for a rainy day. So that's what I started doing, yeah.
Love it. Well, thank you for doing this, and congrats on your success.
Thank you.
Hey y'all, since I know quite a few people watching this are in the metro Atlanta area, I did want to share my foster dog. So she's a little bit camera shy, but this is Miss Honey, and she is about 3 to 4 years old. And she actually comes from a history of neglect, abandonment. Her owners just left her outside basically 24/7, 365. She's rolling around right now. When we picked her up, she was very emaciated. I will post up some pictures of what she looked like before, but now she's a healthy, about 45 pounds. She is looking for her forever family. She's crate trained, house trained. She knows sit, she knows paw. She's still learning. She's a very good dog and very in her routine. Loves to play with balls. Here she comes with hers. And catch. Go. If you're interested in Honey or have any other questions, please feel free to email me. I'll put my email up on the screen. But even outside of Honey, if you are interested in getting a dog, I really want to encourage you to adopt, don't shop. Check out your local animal shelters, DeKalb, Fulton, Gwinnett, whichever county it is. There are hundreds of dogs looking for their forever families. And I guarantee you that you will find an awesome dog at one of the shelters. So I will have some links down below, and then if you are interested in Honey, reach out. We are here with Vish. How old are you?
I'm 22.
May I ask how much debt you have?
0, thank God.
Oh, awesome. Did you ever have debt?
No, I didn't.
Okay. May I ask what you do for a living?
Yeah, so I just graduated from Georgia State University, which is really close by. I have a degree in neuroscience, and I'm currently in my gap year before applying to medical school.
Okay.
So I work as a research specialist at Emory University School of Medicine.
Love it. I went to Georgia State as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, and congrats on graduating. That's exciting.
Thank you so much.
And how do you plan on paying for medical school?
Yeah, so for the most part, as of right now, I will be planning to apply for scholarships for med school, but I do know that they're very competitive. So besides that, I think the majority of people that go to medical school do apply for student loans, and then they pay those off as they go into residency and attendingship over time. So as far as now, I do have my parents to support me with that, but I will probably be taking loans unless I get scholarships. But I'll really be trying to get scholarships in order to pay off some of that medical school debt and, get the year-by-year payment to be less.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Hopefully that works out.
Awesome. So you have a plan, which is good.
Yeah.
It won't be like a crazy amount of debt after.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. How much do you have in savings?
I would say roughly $25,000 to $30,000.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Are you investing as well?
Yes, I actually started investing when I was 18 into like the S&P 500 and different stuff like that. As soon as I turned 18, one thing I wanted to do was definitely start investing because my friends were telling me, my parents didn't really invest much when they were younger because we come from a cultural background where saving is more important and investing seems risky. Because I think the majority of people think that investing is all about trading options, but if you just care about dividends and making passive income, then you just invest into the stock market for index funds, and that's all I've done the last 5 years.
Love it. Good for you. You're going to be very well off.
Yeah.
How did you learn about all of that?
Honestly, primarily through YouTube. I feel like a lot of people have information overload, so we could definitely use YouTube or even Google or talk to your friends that have been investing. So I was lucky to have some friends that had already started that were a couple months older than me, and they turned 18, they had started, and then I used YouTube as well. And so I found a bunch of YouTubers that were doing simple finance videos, and I just took that and I went with it.
Love it. Yeah. That's how I learned as well. And how do you feel about the economy right now? You're pretty young, so I don't know if you're watching the news or anything, but how do you feel about inflation, things like that?
I do think inflation was a pretty big thing that we're all dealing with the past few years, especially 2022. I remember, just going to my favorite restaurants while I was in college, seeing year by year the cost was going up, seeing groceries costs go up. It was very challenging, especially with having seeing the same things you're buying every year at the grocery shop or different restaurants are becoming more expensive. Payments are becoming more expensive. Interest rates are becoming higher, and so I've seen a lot of people struggle with that, and it's just been a tough time. So I hope that in the future with the new presidency there might be some changes to that, but we'll see as time goes on.
Yeah. And do you have any big goals for this year, financial goals?
Yeah, so I will be transitioning full-time for my research position, so I'm hoping that, with that income I can invest more and then max out my Roth IRA every year.
Yeah.
And other than that, I would just love to, continue investing and making sure I can help out my family and my parents, and then try to save up for all those med school loans.
Love it. Okay, you are all set. I love to hear it.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Never thought I'd run into you. So
yeah, no, thank you. You're the second one, so.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
see your videos on YouTube before.
Yeah? All right, we're here with Giovani. How old are you?
I am 35.
May I ask how much debt you have?
Probably have like about $4,000 debt.
What type of debt is that?
Credit card.
And are you trying to pay that down, or what's your take on that?
Yeah, I definitely always pay my credit card down. I try to pay it off in full every month.
Okay.
Sometimes, catches up with you.
Yeah.
Catches up with you. So I'm probably sitting on like 4,000 credit card debt right now. Not too much.
So but you're gonna pay it off before.
Oh, yeah.
You don't like pay interest and stuff, so that's good.
I do not like paying interest on anything, so I try to just make sure I pay it off in full.
Do you have anything in savings?
Yes, lots of savings. That's something that I think is kind of old school, but I think it's what my parents raised me on, to stack your savings up first.
How much do you have in savings, if you don't mind me asking?
I would say, I can give a range. I would say I'm in that like 50s, 60s.
Okay, great.
So I think that's the most important part first, just getting some kind of cash flow, because I feel like after that things kind of become easier.
Yeah.
But after you save your money, I think it's really just to put it to work. That's kind of what I've gotten into.
Investing. Okay, I was going to ask that next. How much do you have in investments? You can give a ballpark if you'd like.
Gosh, quite a bit. And I've done it in a very short amount of time. So I put a lot of money in investing because I was sitting around through COVID like everybody else, and just really thinking, how can I make money while I'm sitting at home? And investing was something I was interested in when I was like 12, but you needed like a broker and everything back then, so there's no access to it. But now at 35, it's like, hey, there's Robinhood, there's Coinbase, there's so many other options for us to be able to just get a slice of the pie. And then I just kind of pay attention to what people who have more money than me are doing.
Love it.
And try to mimic some of those things.
Yeah. Would you be willing to share what your portfolio is made up of? Is it like index funds, crypto?
So I got a little bit of crypto, because you got to, right? And then I got some ETFs. I think that's a really big one.
Yep.
They're easy. You kind of like set and forget it. And from what I've seen, it just kind of keeps going up. But I like a good mix of like some ETFs, some crypto, and I have some risky, what I call like Lex Luthor type investments.
Okay.
Some AI, which we'll see how that plays out. But so far, so good.
And what do you do for work?
I am a project manager.
How do you like that?
Love it.
Good.
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty organized, and so it's easy to kind of build a routine for myself and keep myself accountable.
Would you be willing to share how much you make each year?
Ooh, that's a question. Not enough.
Not enough, really?
Not enough.
Okay.
I would say that. Not enough. But getting by.
Got it.
Yeah. And
how do you feel about the economy right now? Like inflation, wages, that sort of thing?
It's scary. I turned the news on this morning for the first time in a while, and it just kind of felt like shock, if I'm being honest. And I was just talking to my wife and just say, hey, we just got to just pay attention, just buckle down. I think it's really important that we just make sure that we have cash just in case something jumps off.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you see on the news this morning that triggered that?
47, he's on something. It's not pretty right now. And so we just got to see what he's doing. But I think for young people like me who have kind of been through the ringer, 9/11, COVID, all these things, and I'm an older person now, and it just kind of is stressful. Kind of want some relief at this point.
Yeah. And if you have one, what would you say is your largest financial goal for this year?
Just keep building up my income streams. I think it's something I probably think about more than I realize. Just how can I make money? How am I making money when I'm sleeping?
Same.
Yeah, I think that's what we're all trying to figure out. And I'm just really just hoping that I've made enough moves to land softly when I'm in my 60s. That's pretty much it.
Sounds like you're doing well.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thank you. It's awesome.
All right, y'all. That is a wrap for today. Thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate if you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Shout out again to Sebastian behind the camera who pushed me again. And I'll see you in my next video.